To form an ear, I like to use the G head, which if you'll notice it's kind of a hollowed out point, and I scoop using the back, which is convex, and then I'm letting the concave section of the tool rotate the clay up, and if I'm not having quite enough clay, I'll take my P point, which is round, and I'll roll the clay up. Now, because I've taken several days to do this, you'll notice my clay is getting less willing to move smoothly and is more likely to crack and resist the tools. This is because your conditioned clay loses condition from sitting. So if at all possible, if you can do the part of the doll that you're working on in one sitting, and then cook that part before you go to the next, you're going to get a better effect. Okay, I'm going to go back, use my O point, rotate it up, okay, I'm using the back of the tool, and I'm pushing the clay down into itself. And I'm taking my M point, which is that sharp pointed scoop, and I'm going to go along and detail the interior of the outside ear edge. Now, to make the ear bigger, you want to drag the tool. If you like the size of the part you're working on and you don't want to drag it, you don't want to risk making it any bigger, then you just want to push and make an impression. Anytime you drag the tool, your clay is going to expand and increase in size. I'm using the point to sharpen up the earlobe. And again, we're going to detail the canal that goes towards the inner ear, rotate the tool to scoop out, and use the very tip to make the final point. Now, this is a roughed in ear. Depending on your patience and your sculpting skill as to how detailed you're actually going to want to take the ear from here. I'm making the impression right under the point here of the ear. If you'll look in the mirror, you'll notice you've got an impression there. If you're lucky enough to have someone to pose, that makes life a lot easier. But if your children are like my son, they're not that enthusiastic about posing once they pass the age of 5. Okay, I'm going to rotate up because I want this ear to come out so that when you're looking at it from the back, this is a guy's ear, and it is a character ear, so I want the ear to have some size to it. and a little bit sticking away from the base of the head, so that once the doll is wigged, he'll definitely have a character shape. Now, in all this fooling around with the back of the head, you'll notice this area here has become a little bit more protuberant than I truly desire. So I'm just going to take my round pointed tool, which is your B, and I'm going to bring it down and take some of the excess clay out of that area. And I'm just going to add it to the jawline, so the jawline becomes more distinct from the neck. Now, if you're making a head that you're going to be making a mold out of, you can use oil to lubricate the tip of your tools, and you will get a smoother job than water, but it can cause discoloring of the clay. But if you're using this as a temporary measure to make a mold, cast it in porcelain, and then do further refinements, the extra smoothness may very well be worth the trade-off. Okay, we're going to stop right there.